been playing a blue-purple mid-range deck that I've been enjoying a lot. I played a bunch of it off stream on my iPad this weekend, so we're gonna start with that today. So Mythgard does a fantastic job from a gameplay perspective of retaining the deck building depth of a game like Magic the Gathering while removing resource variance from the game. So Mythgard has 6 different colors in it, and you can mix and match colors however you want in Mythgard. However, there's no lands or resources you put into your deck. You can turn any card in your hand into a resource once per turn. The economy in Mythgard is, it's kind of a mix of Hearthstone and Magic Arena. So you buy booster packs and you can dust cards you don't want to craft other cards, but there's also wild cards that you open. A promo that they have going on right now that makes it really easy to get into Mythgard is they're giving away the entirety of their core set. So they have 3 sets in Mythgard right now, a core set plus 2 expansions, and the core set's a little over half the cards. And they're releasing 6 codes for each of the 6 different colors that you get the entirety of the core set for free if you wanna try the game out without putting any dollars in first. All right, we got one. The first 4 codes for their core set is out now. Also, another wonderful feature that they have built in is they have a built-in Twitch extension. So let me get that loaded up. You'll be able to mouse over cards in my hand, and on the game board it shows you keywords and stuff like that too, which is great. Okay, so I'm a 2-color deck, so I want to make sure I burn blue and purple things. This thing gets bigger when it hits me. So I definitely want to put a blocker out in front of this. So I'm going to take this 6-drop and turn it into a resource. I don't want that till later. Turning a card into a resource doesn't mean it's gone. It goes back into my deck, like I can see over here in the deck tracker. My Celestial Dragon is back in the deck. Combat in Mythgard is lane-based, so if I want to block this unit here, you can see when I mouse over it, it highlights the 3 lanes in front of it. So I want to deploy this unit here in front of it, so that way if this attacks, it has to attack through this, so these will trade. So in order for this to hit me and get stronger, my opponent's going to have to be able to clear this out some other way. And they could have a burn spell or like a rush creature that lets them do that, which would be a little scary. Yeah, they have a Crucible of Flame, so yeah, opponent being on the play here was a pretty big leg up. This makes me discard a card. When it dies, I have to discard a card, yeah. All right, so I'm probably just going to let that hit me for a hot second. I think I'm going to burn. I want to play my blue 2-drop here. So I need to burn a blue card to do that. You get the color resource that's around the circle here when you burn a card. So I'm going to take this blue card and drag it down here. You'll see I'll gain my 2nd resource in a blue gem. And then I'm going to go ahead and deploy this thane down over here to block these 3 lanes, because I don't really want to trade this 2-3 for their 3-2. I'll just let this hit me for another turn here. Use my life total as a bit of a resource. Thanks for the 15 months, Jazz, welcome back. What on God's green earth has Fragile 2 during your opponent's turns? Man, that card's really good. Huh. Okay, so I was going to deploy my Rogue Eidolon to lock down this one, but now we got to get rid of this 5/5. I think I'm going to burn my Axeman here. So I want to play this card out, which costs 3 total resources and 2 purple. So I have to burn a purple card this turn. I think we burn the Axeman. And then Rogue Eidolon has a positional effect where the card directly across from her on the same lane gets its attack locked to 0. So she's gonna music this one out here. That's rough. You might be dead here. They had a lot of tempo being on the play this game. It's not a terrible pickup. So this deals 1 damage to the thing across from it when it comes into play. I guess I could deploy this down here. And this is fragile 2, so it takes 2 extra damage on my turn. So if I deploy this here, it's going to deal 3 damage to this.
Hey, pay up.
And then these will trade in combat, assuming... These will trade in combat, assuming they don't have another way to kill this. If they have a way to kill that, I'm probably dead. This is a 2-1 with Rush, so I get to go ahead and trade these off here. Yes, damage persists across turns in this game. Is a good thing to note. I'm going to burn this thane, I think, getting a second blue here. If they can only hit us for 3 this turn, we're going to be in a good spot. If they're able to crunch through with this one, though, as well, yeah, I think we're probably dead. This is a hit for 8 here, or they could do this 9-10. Yeah, we might just die this turn if they have a deal too. Am I dead yet? Okay. I'm not dead yet, so unfortunately my deck doesn't really have a way to gain life in it. A lot of the time it depends on, or my deck intends to survive by stabilizing the early game with units. So Magnus here is going to come into play, and he's going to kill all of these.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to discard the brainstorm here. So something you'll notice here is because I'm playing defensive, I've spaced my units out across the board. So my opponent can't deploy a unit at any point here that allows them to attack me for lethal. That being said, they've got Smite here, which deals with damage with activation. So I think we're just dead, right? Because I've let like 2, 4. Do I have a swordsmith in this build? I don't think so. I think I cut those. Yeah, I have actual 0 life gain in my 75. Their champ power is just gonna kill us. Yeah, really close game. I think we would have won this easily if I had gone first, but unfortunately, there's a little bit of variance there with that still. The fact that they had double removal to cut through on their 5 power thing over here, if I'd have taken 1 less hit from that too, we would have also been okay. Their removal in conjunction with their ability to pressure through my thing. I'm burning Axeman on 1 here. I don't think I need 2 of this card. I've got another 2-drop here. A lot of the times the cards you'll burn, you'll start by either burning your more expensive cards, or you'll burn cards that you have redundant things for at different points on your curve. If you ever miss what cards your opponent burns, on the right side here, there is a deck log, deck tracker here that you can take a peek at. I want to play Thane as a 2-drop here, so we got to burn a blue card here. I also probably want to play Blackadder on 3, so I want to make sure I burn blue cards these next 2 turns. I don't quite know what my opponent's deck is doing yet, so I'm going to play position a little bit defensively. If I think I'm taking an offensive role, I want to spread my units out more so they're harder to block. If I think I'm playing defense, like in that last game, I want to spread them here so they block more lanes.
What happened to me?
So this is a 2/5 with Blight, and Blight makes my thing smaller. I think I'm just gonna muttonmorphosis this, actually. Turn something into a 1/1 that loses all abilities, just like have a sheep. This Dorko heals himself whenever an enemy minion dies, so... I tweeted out a couple of Runeterra deck lists that I was thinking about for their upcoming set release. If you're interested in my thoughts on that. think I want to play Blackadder over here. It's a little sad if she ends up just trading in combat because she could make them discard cards, but I really don't want this to evolve and make me discard a card. So this puts a Virulent Strain into my deck, which makes me lose 2 life. And if it draws a minion, it gets Blight, sure. That's pretty good. My deck's got a lot of units in it. Deck Tracker even keeps track of things like that, I believe. Yeah, Virulent Strains. There is a 1 in my deck. So let's spend 2 resources, create a 4/2 Frail Kraken. Sure. Okay, well that's actually great for us. So, they didn't attack into here because they couldn't kill it, which makes sense. So I think I burn this thane here, and then Magnuson lets me kill their blocker here, which lets Blackadder hit them for 2 and make them discard a card, which sounds great. Oh, you know, maybe I'm supposed to deploy... I think I'm supposed to deploy Magnuson next to Blackadder here, actually. So that way, well... Or maybe I'm supposed to spread them out more to play around the Magmator. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think I'm just suiting up here. So Palace is a lane enchantment that gives things under it, that gives things in its lane +2/+2. So I could do this here, give this, and then crack them for 6 here, which like whittles through their enchantment here nicely. Yana virus. Give a minion Blight 1 and Sundown or Demise. Infect adjacent minions with the Yana virus. So this can trade with this, but they can just constantly make more of them. This is blighted, so it's going to get -1/-1 every single turn. I can't Misfortune and Axeman here because I don't have triple purple. So there's not variance in the number of resources you draw, but in the number of colors of cards that you draw. You get resource variance on occasions. Like if this was a purple card, I could Misfortune this and Axeman, but it's not, so I can't. Feel like I'm gonna Axeman over here and just pass. Okay, so this is a great draw. It lets me do this, which kills the 4/2, which then this hits them, which destroys the artifact that makes those. And I can drop Shatterstone Palace here and kill this one. And they're at 8 here now. So this is getting smaller, but this is surviving. They've got these things putting the Virulent Strains in my deck, but that's not a super quick clock.
Wanna burn?
That's a really good pickup for them. Lets them kill that off. think I'm just playing this Enforcer here as a 4/4 at this point.
Road.
The fact that these give units that I draw Blight is pretty rough.
I could eat.
Alright, so this says Blight 1. So, man, I again can't Misfortune and X-Man here, which sucks. So these trade. Yeah, I can Misfortune the 2/6, and then kill that, and they take 1. And then honestly, I think I'm just Mantle of Authoritying here. That way I can be attacking on both of these lanes. They're only getting 1 card per turn, so they can only defend one of these 2 spots. Yeah, in a spot like this where they hit a blink here, like that's huge for me. So they're down to 3 now. I'm gonna burn this because it's blighted anyways. And I can Bragi's Ballad here.
This one's for the ladies.
Draw 3, throw 1 back. It's probably... Honestly, all these seem okay. It's probably just the Rogue Eidolon. And they're at 3, so both of these are lethal at this point.
Do I make you sick?
Ooh, that's a lethal draw, right? Oh, this is lethal on its own, right? Yeah. This is 3 because it's focused. It's to hit for a couple there. Yeah, completed one of our quests. Grab the coins from that. I'm losing blue and purple, but I'm not really using spirits or Valkyries, so we're not gonna... Oh, I guess I'm actually probably more likely to do this one. The little bike that we're using is a spirit. One of these things, again, just most feature complete client. You can click through and do other things in the client while you wait for the queue. Although the queue time's usually not too long. About a minute is the most I wait. There's an art gallery where you can look at full arts of all the different cards you have, which is lovely. Yeah, the art quality is really good, and the range that the IP does from, like, mythology type things to like robots and commandos to bros at the gym is great. Huge range of stuff. All right, we go first. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my 6-drop here because I don't need that till much later. Shadow Racer here is a 1-drop, but it dies at end of turn. This is basically a piece of removal. It's a 2/1 with Rush, so it attacks right away, and it's ephemeral. So when it dies, it goes away. So it's basically like a deal 2 to something, or in conjunction with our thing that gives Fragile could deal 3.
I don't even work out.
Glowing hands.
Looks like they're playing an aggro deck. So this thing can give itself +2/-1 or get +1 defense. I think I want to play Battle Chef.
ingredients.
This is a 2/2 that creates a walk shield, which gives a minion 1 defense, armor, and regen permanently. Good solid stat upgrade to make our mid-range threats better. Something giving them a mantle somehow. Yeah, so the Mantle of Authority here, during deck building, you choose what's called a path for your deck, and the Alliance Command Center, which is actually the one that we're using here too, when you have Pursuit, so when you're on the draw, you start with the Mantle of Authority in your hand. It's kind of a on the draw balancing thing. It might have been right to just racer this last turn. Do I want to deploy Black Hatter? Think so. I have to burn the palace to do it though. It's like my only other play is racer, and racer's like not great here. And the question is, do I Black Hatter in the middle by this, so this has to attack into it? Their deck tends to play pump spells, though, so that doesn't sound super appealing.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so unlike a game like Hearthstone, where they always give you, like, the coin on the draw, what benefit you get for being on the draw in Mythgard is determined by a deck building thing that you pick out. Which is nice. I can't think of what command you're looking for, Wargy. I don't remember a garbage time related command existing. So these two synergize well together. So this gives it +1 defense, then this gets gives itself +2/-1 with activated abilities. The blue arrow means they can do this once per turn. Alright, so that's a 3/4. So this is actually nice because we'll be able to lock this strength to 0. I think I want to burn the God of Gamers here. And then I could go ahead and give this Fragile. And then I can put the Walk Shield on her. And then she'll kill this and take 2. But then she'll regen 1 back up and into turn because of the Walk Shield. This might be taking a little bit too much damage. So like this is going to pump this up to a 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take 9 this turn. Next turn I can deploy Racer plus Idle on those. So maybe that's enough. Depends on what they do this turn. Not having any of our good 2-drops in this matchup felt rough. If we would have had an Elder Thane or a Axeman, we'd have been better off. It's also very possible I should have just racered this on too. We've taken a bunch of damage from this now. We wouldn't have taken anything if I would have racered on 2. Give a minion 4/4. Thanks. Alright, so I could do this to make them discard a card. And then I want to burn a purple card. And I can play this here, which locks this strength to 0. I can play this here, which lets these trade. And then I can mantle here to block. They did just burn a red card, though, so we could see a little bit of reach out of the opponent. Definitely not a super safe spot. They have the 4/1 rush, we're probably dead. Yeah, I think my mistake this game was not respecting the doper enough. And I should have played the bike on 2. Oh yeah, they just have smite here as well. Yeah, we're super dead. Yeah, I should have killed the Doper on 2 instead of playing the other 2-drop. Like playing the 2-drop that I did meant that any plus power up they had for the Doper was just gonna destroy us, and then that's exactly what happened. They had this to give the Doper extra toughness, and then I just couldn't kill it. That was definitely my mistake, not prioritizing their threat. I haven't played against this aggro deck a whole lot. A lot of the aggressive decks, the red-based aggro are a lot more popular. Probably burning Misfortune to play a Battle Chef on 2 here. I'm also not certain if Battle Chef is the card that I want. This could also be a... There's the double purple 2-drop that gives something lifesteal, which might be nice. Nah, I think just in general, killing that card aggressively is probably correct. It ended up dealing, what, like double digits worth of damage to me over the course of that game? Alright, so they activated this turn, which lets them pick one of my things to get -2 attack and gain 2 fragile if it attacks. So I don't want to attack with this. They obviously chose that one because it's the only one they could have picked. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn Shatterstone Palace here, and then I'm going to put a Thane down over here along with a Walk Shield on it. Walk Shield is very good on this unit. Making him harder to kill is great, as he heals every time an enemy minion dies. They have Infuse as their power, which would imply that they're a more aggressive deck. So they activated on this again, so I don't want to do this, so I don't want it to lose the stats. The question is, do I want to play Bragi out by the Demolition Speedway, or do I want to not fight over this and just try and race elsewhere? I think I'm just going to try and race elsewhere for now. Can you feel it? So, Bragi here has the energy mechanic, where his multiple activated abilities, very similar to a Planeswalker from Magic, only it's on a creature instead of a different card type. So it starts with some energy, it has an ability to plus to do something, and then it has 2 down-tick abilities that do different things. So it draws a card and puts a card from our hand back into our deck to +1, and then it gives something Frenzy, which lets it double attack, or it can draw enchantments out of our deck. Usually you're just using this to filter your draw and then sometimes get Frenzy to close games out.
Fortune favors us.
Okay, this is a 5/3 with Agile now, which means it can attack past blockers, which is kind of scary. That being said, I think I'm just going to be getting my my Dorko set up to race here in the middle. Axeman sounds reasonable. Is it actually? I think I'm actually going to throw this back. So this could give something Frenzy next turn. So I think I'm actually going to Shatterstone Palace this one and Mantle of Authority it, because if they don't do something to Bragi here, he'll let this attack twice, which means we're going to close the game out super quick. They're at 14 already, and I'm at 25. So I think our plan to just, like, ignore the Demolition Speedway down here on the right is seeming pretty reasonable. And this is warded, so it can't be damaged or destroyed outside of combat, which is nice. And their regions aren't on 0 rush units, but they're on a pretty low number of rush units. So probably positioned okay here. Okay, so they're dead, which is sweet. So I get to go ahead and burn this thane. I get to give this fragile one. I get to clap them, which kills these. I get to give this double attack, and I get to hit them for 12 plus 3 more. Clean live in. Nice. Sounds good, Gringle. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna play this deck for the couple hours today. I really like this one. I spent a bunch of time playing this one over the weekend, and maybe we're doing Mythgard again tomorrow afternoon. Maybe we'll try something new tomorrow. But this one really tickled my fancy when we found it on Thursday. Gotta play a little bit more to get my weekly chest. I don't think that makes you sound like an asshole at all, Kate. I think, honestly, I think it's probably a sign of who you are as a person in general if you can't look back on who you were, you know, 2, 3, especially 5, 10 years ago and go, oh, I'm a different person today than who I was then. Like, you know, I play an angry old man on TV, but I'm only 30 this year. I'm like, I'm sure another decade from now, I wouldn't want people to judge me based on who I was at 20 or 25 today. And I'm sure by the time I'm 40 in another decade, like, who I am as a person will have changed as well. There's a bottle. Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. I also think 2020 especially, and I'm sure this is relatable for a lot of people, is that like my mood and feelings and things like not only was Magic not good for most of 2020, but like the world kind of really sucked, right? Like there was, and like that's not to say things are perfect today, but like I definitely think a lot of people, myself especially included, underestimated or didn't fully realize how much the state of events and everything in the world like impacted them as a person. And I didn't when I took a break from Magic, I didn't realize until I was a couple months into it like how much the negativity in the community and how the gameplay was like really impacted me as a person specifically. I think I hadn't fully realized that. So I'm happy to be back doing Magic again, but the break was definitely good. All right, we get a rematch here against the yellow-red aggro deck, huh? Let's try and not repeat mistakes. They have a pretty slow start here this time, though, it looks like, which is good for us. This is a 1/3. Do I want to just get the Battle Chef down over here, I think? Axeman deals 1 to something across from it when it comes into play, and my opponent's deck likely has a lot of X1s in it, so saving this effect for later sounds good.
Ingredients.
Hey, Noah, thanks for the sub-gifts. I really appreciate that. Y'all have been great, and your game is great. All right, so they made this is a 2/3. So this thing has an energy mechanic where unlike ticking up like our bragi card here, this one ticks down and then transforms into something scary. So I think I actually want to use my Mantle of Authority alongside the Racer in the Shadow to kill this here. This thing turns into a 4/4 and makes me discard a card if it's left unchecked. Well, I guess I could use my champion power, huh? And just leave this in play for a turn. That's probably better. So my deck power, it's not a champion power, it's a deck power, gives something fragile. So I could say, okay, you take 1 extra damage and then these trade. Yeah, okay, that's better. I don't really care about getting a blocker down for this for now. Yeah, I agree. Holding the mantle is such a valuable resource. I also love like it's this how this card plays out is so dynamic in the different decks that play the Alliance Command Center in this game, because like in this deck that I'm playing, the mid-range deck, this card tends to be a tool you use defensively, whereas in like the aggressive decks, you can use it to spread out or like pump up one unit larger, and the range of play patterns on it's really great. This is a 5/7. It's huge. How are we cutting through this? I guess I think we're not gonna have time to draw with this for now. I could give this vulnerable and then Axeman here, which puts this to 5, and then Thunderclap kills this next turn if they attack into the Axeman. So I think I like that. So this does 1 when it comes into play, and this gives fragile, so it does 1 more. And then damage is persistent across turns in Mythgard. So if this wants to attack into here, it's gonna go down to 2. Oh, they have. Ooh, wow, that's really good. Give a minion 1/1 agile and life tap. Oh, gives a minion agile life tap. It gets 1/1 if it kills something else. So agile lets it attack past here. Okay, that was a pretty big hit. Okay, so is the plan still just Thunderclap here? I'm at 14, which is like a healthy-ish life total. If I clap, this trades here, and then I can put a mantle down over here to block this. Yeah, I like that. Then I think I'm burning the Battle Chef here. The deck that we're playing usually wants to burn up to about 6 resources or so. 6 to 7 is usually where you want to be. Usually want 3 purple and 2 blue. 4 purple, 2 blue is okay too. We have a couple of triple purple cards. We have double blue cards. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna take 4 here. And then I'm glad we kept the Axeman here. So this is Awaken, reveal all stealth enemy. Use Forge, 1/1 Slayer. Okay, so this can go. You get fragile, Axeman kill you. And then we can mantle down here. And honestly, I think I'm walk shielding this. I think I want this to not die to a. I think I want this to not die to a deal 2 here. Good. Nice. That's a great draw. Drop this there to hit that. Hit you there. We'll burn. I'm burning misfortune. I think so. Then we can drop, and we drop bragi in the middle. And again, you can see I've got all the lanes covered for rush minions now. So bragi blocks these 3, and these block the 2 on either end. We are at 8, however. An opponent's power. The free myth codes, you need to go to the store and scroll all the way to the right. Let's do this and see what we get. I can't imagine we draw anything better than these. Yeah, honestly, I think I keep these 2. We just go like thing, and hope to try and kill them here next turn. Ooh, yeah, that's a good thing to know. I forgot about that. So I have 3, 6, 9, 8. I actually have exactly lethal here next turn. Because this gives frenzy. Really, really close game here. So I feel like my last couple of games against these aggro decks, I have a couple of slots in this deck. I've been tuning it over the weekend, and my last couple of slots I'm not 100% certain on, and I think these last couple of games against aggro have convinced me that I want the lifelink 2-drop. So, Battle Chefs is a card I wanted to try, and the walk's been okay, but I think I want... Where's the one that gives the lifesteal weapon? Blanking on her name. Oh, Sword Saint. Yeah, so Sword Saint's another 2-drop. She's purple, which is a bit worse. It's harder for me to play a purple card on 2 consistently, but the Biting Blade giving a minion life tap is really, really useful at stabilizing. I think I want her as just like a touch of a way to gain life in the deck. Because the iteration I was playing was on actual 0 ways to gain life. Hey Noah, while I have you here, I know y'all are doing a Worlds tournament at the end of the year, and you're going to be running in-client qualifiers throughout the course of the year. What's the format for those qualifiers? What does competitive Mythgard's constructed format look like? Is it single deck? Is it multi-deck? Are there sideboards? I looked around, but I couldn't find information on that anywhere. And again, looks like they're an aggro deck. We're playing defense here, so I want to wait to play this out until I know where I need to play it. Oh, they announced. Oh, you haven't announced the formats yet. Okay, sweet. I think I would like to play in some of those qualifiers, and I'd like to know how I should be prepping past finding decks if I need to find multiple, etc. So I have Bragi's Ballad and Brainstorm here. They're an aggro deck. I don't think I'm going to need 2 3-mana pieces of card advantage. This is that card again that gets really scary if it ticks down twice, so I think I actually deploy Thane and Mantle of Authority over here because I want the best chance to kill this card next turn. And obviously they could kill both of these, and if they kill both of these, I'm gonna be hoping to draw a purple card so I can burn and muttonmorphosis this.
We sing tonight.
So Vulcan deals damage, sure. So that's fine. So they basically did an all-around trade there, which works out okay for us. So I could Racer in the Shadow to kill this. I'm probably supposed to just do that. I feel like if I get greedy and they level this card, I just get got here. And they're down to 2 cards in hand. And they can pay 3 to pump this up. So it's not resource efficient to make this play, but I think it's the conservative play that's correct. I'm going to burn the Locked in the Ice for now. Be annoying and just bounce this. So these do 2 to everything when they come into play, so I'm like hoping my opponent like plays this and plays something else out, and then I get to go ahead and play these and like clean up the board. Would be great. Why am I at 2-6? Oh, because that was the stat line of the card that we made my frame out of. It doesn't have any super particular meaning for me. I have to decide. I have to make a decision here, so I'm definitely playing a deal 2 to everything. The question is, do I give up this card advantage card to keep a second 2? Maybe I don't need the Shatterstone Palace, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna burn this, actually. Like, I think I want to keep my extra deal 2 to everything card. And, like, we're at 22 at this point.
Yes,
Yeah, I've played against these red aggro decks a lot with this deck at this point, and the red aggro matchups feel good, which is why I cut the Sword Saints. But the yellow aggro felt hard. It makes me want my Saints. Something 2/2. All right, I think I'm doing this and then Mantle here. They could use their their deck power to trade these, but I think that's fine. Maybe. And again, you'll note that at this point, I've stopped burning cards. We'll probably burn a 6th card, another purple card at some point, but like 6 to 7 resources is as high as I want to go with this deck, generally speaking.
This one's for the ladies.
For the ladies. Huh? These are actually, like, pretty bad. Really don't like burning a 4th blue, but I want to keep the Gamma Semi, I think, and I want to play this Brainstorm this turn. Yeah, like, this one needs 3 purple. Ian's being a scotch awkward here. Alright, so we're gonna take a hit here. Taking 7, but I get to clap and kill both of these next turn, which is nice. Burn the Misfortune. And then Celestial Dragon inside of the Shatterstone Palace is going to kill them real quick. A lot of 5s and 6s. I was hoping to find something else cheaper here. I think I gotta just play this down here and then pass.
Questions or answers?
Ichor Feast is scary. Lets them draw 3 cards here. And I'm through my claps and stuff at this point. This one could get away from us. Sword Saint's gonna be looking like it's gonna be a good draw. So I want to do this. I want to... Do I want to mantle this? I don't think so, because I want to be able... I'm going to burn more card here. I want to be able to... what's the word that I'm searching for? I want to be able to not have this die to like a Crimson Pact and then have them attack me with everything here. So these deal 1 when they attack. Okay. Those are trading. And this hits me. Yep, down to 7. I have another draw 3. Vomit. I guess I'm going to position myself to have them dead next turn, potentially. I get to hit them for 5 with this down to 9, and then Dragon plus Shatterstone Palace could potentially kill them. We are at 7. 7's a good chunk. I'm gonna have this lane undefended. Huh? Can't play both of these. I think we just We just put them dead to this on here next turn. Just hope I don't die on this combat. This was close. This one really got away from us. I went agile. Wow, that's brutal. That is a ton of pump. Woof. Yeah, I wonder if I have too much top end in here. The Morgrund is a card that I've not been super ecstatic about. I feel like I would like another 2-drop. Like if this had been a 2-drop that game, maybe I don't think I want more than 2 Sword Saints. Maybe I get a copy of my my Battle Chef back in here. Looking at the curve. Yeah, Sword Saint at any time would have been fantastic. That gets me more purple too, because I wanna burn like 3 to 4 purple early, and going up another purple card lets me Sword Saint more consistently on 2. Yeah, they hit their draw 3s, and I think more important than their draw 3s was the fact that like I hit one of my cards that drew, and then I drew a bunch of cards that like I couldn't play out, was a big part of the issue. I could also see it being correct to go up. I'm only on 3 copies of Brother Moonblade, and this is a card I've been pretty happy with. The stat line is good in the Tiger Hooks. Alright, I don't know what these cards do. Nah, I don't like that. I really don't like the stat line of this card. This card is not good. I had someone play this card against me, and then I promptly killed them. It was like, yeah, that's what you get. You get what you deserve playing a group hug card like that. 4 is not very curve friendly. Like trading a 5-drop for a 2 brings the curve down. Trading a 5-drop for a 4-drop doesn't really accomplish that. Strife and infuse implies there's something aggressive. We probably don't need Locked in the Ice. Locked in the Ice is for like mid-range and control decks that have other larger units. Our hand's pretty good if they're playing something aggro. 2 Thanes clap, like got a piece of card advantage here for after we follow up the initial burst of damage. Nothing, eh? They could be mid-rangey, I suppose. Some mid-range decks play this as a control tool. I'm gonna space my Thane, position my Thane like I could be playing defense this game, but they could be another mid-range deck. They could also just be an aggressive deck that didn't have 1-drop on 1. You know, there's no mulligans in Mythgard, so sometimes your hand is just a little awkward. I'd say, honestly, I feel like it's a testament to how little variance there is in the game that, like, I really don't feel like the lack of mulligans is a big deal in this game. Like, it feels like most of your hands are functional, and that's probably by virtue of the fact that, like, you have 7 cards in your opener in a 40-card deck, so, like, you see a good chunk of your deck pretty consistently. So they used this ability on here, so if this attacks in, it's gonna die. Yeah, the resource system definitely helps to that feel as well, but I honestly think the number of cards in your starting hand is a pretty important factor as well. Because if you think about it, like even a game like Runeterra, where like there's no resource variance, like the mulligans feel pretty important in that game. And the key difference there is in Runeterra, your starting hand is much smaller, right? Like in Mythgard, your opening hand is only 1 card less than you'd see if you full mulliganed in Runeterra. Because like in Runeterra, you could full mulligan 4, so you see 8 cards total, whereas in Mythgard, you just start with 7.
Yes.
Ooh, this is really good for us. So this is gonna attack here, I assume? It didn't attack. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna thunderclap, and I think I'm just gonna let them fog my attack here. So this thing, the penalty this gives is permanent. It gets -2 attack and fragile too, so I'd really like to not run into this. And the more times they use this, the more damage they take when it eventually runs out. We're gonna kill this with something like jin-sook or magnus here in a little bit. So it gives you this activated ability only works until sunrise, but the penalty, if you hit the penalty, is permanent. So you get this if you attack is until sunrise, but this what happens if you trigger it is permanent.
On.
All right, sweet. So and they didn't activate this last turn based on the action log up here, right? They played this, they burned this, they played this, they played this. So now I get to do this, and Magnus gets to say, go ahead and clap all of y'all. And honestly, I think I don't put him as a blocker for this because I don't really want to trade with this card. Because next turn I can drop jin-sook and kill this. Jin-sook will give something -2/-2. So it feels like we're in a pretty good spot. Jin-sook really takes over against these smaller unit decks. Just giving something -2/-2 every turn is huge. Especially when I'm already ahead on board.
Yes.
This isn't even really a very good play, because like I have the Mantle of Authority, so I get to Mantle of Authority this, and then kill this, and this doesn't take any damage because it heals when an enemy minion dies. Which is great. Mantle of Authority is just so excellent with these thanes as well for that reason. We'll get to jin-sook, shoot this, mantle here, kill this. Alright, and suddenly we're jin-sooking that one. I'm gonna gamble and see if they targeted this one. They did not. Yeah, I think they're pretty likely to target one of these two over here. I think it's probably this one because the Mantle of Authority is face up. Yeah, okay, sweet. So we read them like a book.
Who pulls your string?
Look at that. I love the mind games on this card is real neat. Just like going through the, okay, well, I'm okay if this happens, and this is the one I want to live, so this is probably the one that they did. And like, they're down to 13 now, so we're not going to attack with this because this got genied last turn. My other two didn't. Ooh, that's really strong. Although, I suppose they sealed taking the 2-for-1. They sealed taking the 2-for-1, and that leaves jin-sook alive, who's going to chew their board up. Yeah, I really like this deck a lot, Magical. I played like close to double-digit games over the weekend, just hanging out with it. It's real sweet. It speaks to me. Okay, so I think we slide to the right. Axeman, give 1 damage. Jin-sook, kill you. Mantle of Authority here in the middle. Let's ballad first.
This one's for the ladies.
Ooh, sweet. And then this means that we throw this back. Then I haven't burned anything for this turn, so I can burn this and Shadow Racer to eat here. And then they're out of cards at this point. Backchannel Captain's another card I've been really impressed with in this deck that I kind of want to fit a second copy in, but I'm also worried about having too much top end. The Captain's Hat giving you Breach Draw a card is such powerful card advantage, unlike a decent body that also shoots something one time.
Do we have a mission?
Yeah, we're pretty solidly into garbage time here. It's not going to last a super long time, but the guard opponent can win the game anymore.
Do we have a mission?
Ah, I missed this stage.
I guess playing this out is wrong, because it could be like a thunderclap Magnus deck. They're probably playing those cards. Just hold on to this as a tool for later. Can you feel it? Getting rewarded for playing this out, because I get to put the Shatterstone Palace here, and then jin-sook plus this kills Bragi next turn. Worth noting on the Captain's drag down here is that it is an orange arrow, which means it takes its action for the turn. So he can't do that and attack.
Fight on.
Jaded Silver, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We still see 500 people in here for some Mythgard.
And that's my last song for the
Game's
night.
been a lot of fun. Go ahead and zap that. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here and draw a card. Oh. A coin operated. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. This card's pretty good. I get my brand though, right? You're branded with return a minion to its owner's hand.
It's playtime.
Oh, and then they're dead, right? Let's get bounce this when we hit them. You know, I've been kind of whelmed by the 6-drops at the very top end of my curve. I think I'm going to turn one of those into a second captain. And honestly, it speaks volumes to, like, I really love the card rarity balance in this game, because, like, the changes I've been making as I've been trying different things in this deck, I've been cutting a lot of the mythics and playing more commons and uncommons. Well, that's not what I wanted. I want 2 of you, not less. Lowering the curve down. Just look how beautiful that curve is, chat. 11 2s, 10 3s, 7 4s and 5s, 1 6, 4 1s. It's just looks very nice. But now we can't draw. That is true. The worst part about killing your opponent is you have to be done drawing cards. Do 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 do. The new camera is beautiful. I'm honestly impressed. I did not think it makes sense, right? Like, it's a much more expensive product. I wasn't expecting it to make this much of a difference with how much better it looks, and it really does just look fantastic compared to the old one. Look at my ugly mug in high def now. Yeah, the old one looked fine until I saw what this one looked like. Yeah, like I thought it was fine. I was wrong. It was fine. It just wasn't good. This one looks good. Even with my mediocre lighting in here. Yeah, jin-sook is sweet. Really fantastic control card. Just creates a ton of choices for you every turn, which is fantastic. Am I going first? I think I'm going first. Oh yeah, it must have just been like a split second too soon, huh? This opponent has the healing power. Their path is that they have fewer minions than me, they get energy, and they eventually draw extra cards. They made... That's adorable. They made the statue for me, so that way they get to trigger the rebellion safe house. That's great. Am I playing out a naked Axeman? Probably. I feel like not using my resources this turn would be a miss.
Hey, pay up.
So spewing on that enters play trigger here a little bit, but I think I just want to deploy my 3/2. So these two trade. I think we bin the mutton. We fragile this. We play this. We trade off.
All on the track.
Just healing for the turn. Interesting.
A big thank you to my sponsors.
The god of gamers, chat. Bow down to your god. His purple hair and the dragon behind him. This card does not take retaliatory damage when it attacks, which works very well with the moonblade here. The tiger hooks lets you capture a unit over in front of you. So if they deploy a unit to the board here... Oh, well, that's annoying. That's super annoying. We'll shoot. I guess we're moving out of the way of that one, huh? We're gonna spend a couple of turns sliding to the left here, I think. I don't think I need the life gain from this. Well, Axeman here.
Hey, pay up.
Get rid of that for now, and we'll moonblade down over here. Am I supposed to mantle this and crack for damage? Probably not. Synthropia. Everything -3, -3. Yikes. Okay. So I think with this in my hand, I want a homeward crown here. So this thing goes back into my deck when it dies. Seems pretty ideal. I don't really have anything to do with my resources this turn, so I guess I just do this and then hit this to deal a damage to them. This is gonna die next turn to the Blight. This control deck's kind of neat. It's like a tough matchup for us. Muttonmorphosis is another card that I'm not sure if this is something I want to be playing. I have a lot of ways to interact with units. This is kind of a narrow one. Well, it looks like it's about to be good on this board, huh? So, God of Gamers dies. We can mutton this down to a 1/1, and then we can Axeman it.
Hey, pay up.
Pretty good.
Technically, I'm a tortoise.
Cannot take more than 2 damage in combat. Yep.
The perfect ingredients.
Walk shield here. Bump into here. This will heal back up here in a second. I think I'm gonna go ahead and misfortune this. That way, if they want to pump this up and attack into here, they'll still trade. Feels like we're approaching garbage time. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to cut through what our opponent's deck's doing. Yeah, having a shot here definitely starts with drawing a card that draws cards. Brainstorm or Bragi. Just playing like their second draw 3 of the game. Eraser would also be okay. If we hit Racer, Racer kills this before it transforms, but if this transforms, we're probably done.
I'm a mutant.
Yeah, this thing's about to turn into a 6/6. Guess this is pretty good. Born in cruelty. Let's just kill it. So, something that's sweet with this card is Born in Cruelty plus your power lets you kill almost anything. So this deals damage to something equal to its health -1, and this gives it Fragile, so it takes 1 more damage whenever it takes a damage source. So this plus this is 5 mana kill target thing for the most part. I think I'm going to deploy a Mantle over here to get in the way of this so it doesn't hit our face. Yeah, this thing evolves, makes us discard a card. If this doesn't die, this can generate another Born in Cruelty next turn, though. So every turn, it can do one of the 3 drag downs. Either move enchantments around, kill an artifact, or hit that Born in Cruelty spell. Our next card should be the God of Gamers. That was put back into our deck from his Homeward Crown. It's got a lot of cards here. Can you just play a card I can't beat so I can concede? That probably qualifies, right? So this thing's gonna turn into an 8/7 next turn.
This one's for the ladies.
Well, I mean, oh, I need a blue card for this. We're probably dead regardless. I say I could play this. If I kept the blue card, I could bounce this, but there's so many cards ahead in hand. The snake's on the board too. Well, it can't be returned to hand, really? That's gross. Probably want to burn a purple thing here. And this is the thing that's a touch awkward is Sword Saint, when we want it to be a 2-drop, we can't play these on 3. I'm probably burning these up top. So that way we can like Sword Saint on 2, Moonblade on 3. I'd really like to keep Moonblade and God of Gamers, so I think our ideal draw here next turn is probably a Thane, an Axeman, or a Battle Chef, a 2-drop where we can burn this and then still play. Still play the 2-drop this turn. So I don't have to give up the Moonblade plus God of Gamers. Looks like the yellow aggro deck again. Well, I guess if they're the yellow aggro deck, I'm pretty happy to have Sword Saint. Do I want to give up God of Gamers, though? Yeah, I think I do.
Looking good.
This thing turns into a 4/3. Two defense and armor. Gross. Oh, I didn't realize that does damage when it transforms. Are we just dead? Fuck, I think we might just be dead. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know that I can beat Thunderbird like that. That's gross. Yeah. Wow, maybe I do. I cut, it's kind of funny too. I cut the sheep card in between those games. Maybe that's a card I do need to play. It's a real clean answer to starts like that. In love with Valkyrie Enforcer. Part of me worries I'm too far down on blue cards. Is there any way to see, like, does it show me my number of blue cards anywhere? Or do I have to count them manually? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 to 24. That ratio's probably off. I guess it makes playing Sword Saint Done 2 pretty easy, though. Could be right. Might want to be 23-17, though. The consideration of, like, what your spell ratios need to be to make sure you hit your colors is something that's really interesting in deck building in this game. Yeah, like hands like this. I guess we get to play a game here still. Journey of Souls plus Smite here definitely implies there's an aggro deck on the other side of the table. So the Sword Saint looks amazing here.
I found you.
Mize gain 4 life and draw a card. Sure.
Looking
Hey, what's going on, Sidetrack? Yeah, they've got two sets that have released since their 2 sets they've released in the last year or so, and they're actually currently doing a promo where they're giving away the entirety of their core set. So if you didn't have a fully fleshed out set from that last time you were playing, you can pick that up using these codes that they're going to be adding in. This might be a bit of a waste because I'm only gaining a couple here to start, but I want to use my resources for the turn. I want to kill this before it gets bigger, before it gets to get smacking me. It could be wrong to play the biting blade out aggressively on this. Should gain me 2 to 3 points of life at least, though. The other vampires have their costs reduced by 1. Okay, well this gains me 2 more. Then I suppose we'll put this here. I think I'm holding on to Magnus for now. I'm gonna burn the Morphosis. If I find my way into another blue card, Magnus could be useful on board for sure. I'm not sure exactly how tall their deck goes. See if I regret burning the muttonmorphosis. Oh, is this Swift? It is Swift. Okay. So Swift gives you an additional move action. So this Dorko ran away from me here.
Lie still.
Let's feed.
All right, sweet. And then we found a blue card here. So I get to go ahead and burn this. And then I can Magnus here to kill most of these. I can attack with this first to gain 2, right? Do I want to Magnus this turn? I think so. I can also, like, Tiger Hooks here, drag this over, hit it. I think I'd rather Magnus. So, sequencing here, you'll note that I attacked before I played Magnus. In this game, you can only lifesteal for the total defense that a unit has that you're attacking. You don't overheal, like in Magic. So, by attacking first and then doing this, I gained an extra point of life. See if they have a way. If they have a way to pump this up, this fully heals after it kills something, which is pretty scary. So like I played this here because these will trade potentially, but if they have a way to make this bigger. They do not, it looks like. Sweet. This says agile, so it attack past my 3/3, but next turn my 3/3 will be able to trade into here, which is great. focused, forged, focus to swift. So this can move over and then clock something. So I think with this draw, we're jin-sooking to kill this. And then we'll hit them here. I think I'm fine with this hitting me in the middle. I think I'm just like hitting them for 6 on each side and then passing here. If they want to slide this over and hit either of these, jin-sook finishes it next turn. Seems good for me.
I'll tangle up.
Hey, Wee McGee. Thank you for the 30 months. It's a long time. Welcome back. So we're like mostly racing here. I think I'm putting this in the middle here to block, and then we'll grab a Born in Cruelty off of this. Born in Cruelty plus my champion power are gonna let me kill this next turn, which is great. I think I'm just passing here. I think there's a chance I want to play both of these out as units. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Bunger. We are gonna... So normally I only do one variety game after Magic stuff, but with Runeterra releasing their new set later this week, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit in Bug Snacks later this week, so we're gonna fit in Bug Snacks today, because Bug Snacks is great. Alright, so they're cracking us in the face here, but we're still at 12. Their deck doesn't seem super aggressive, so like I feel like we're in an okay spot here. Stu gives adjacent vampires +2/+1. Oh, that's rude. I think we're still fine. So I give this fragile. And then Born in Cruelty kills it. And then we get another Born in Cruelty for next turn. This trades here. This eats here. This hits their face. And I think with the Thane drawn, I'm going to burn the chefs. Like, basically every turn this card survives, it's going to give me a 5-mana kill target thing, which is great. Opponent's Vampire Synergy build is sweet. Haven't seen this before. There's a few different Vampire Synergy cards at this point. Cost reductions, gives +2/+1, etc. Opponent's best way to get back into this game is to be able to deploy multiple threats in a turn, so we'll see if they're able to do that. Reach gets +1/+1. This one has lifesteal. So I can't bragi and thane because I don't have enough blue. I think my plan is to throw some tiger hooks on here. Have you grab this one and kill it. And this can grab me a Born in Cruelty. I'm going to throw Bragi in the middle to block this. And then Bragi, Loken, thank you for the absurd tip. Bragi can actually turn these Born in Cruelties into real cards, which is sweet. Already did him. All right, attack you. All right, where's my my dashboard notification? Teamer Neoform has to be better than Flaying Souls and John B. Trolls. You're not wrong. It's probably better than that one. You want to let me know when you would like to see that? I'm flexible and can have it happen whenever you'd like. Although I think, asterisk, I think I have 2 decks tomorrow, but I'm actually playing 3 decks tomorrow. So if you want it tomorrow, I could happen anytime. Okay, sweet. Oh, Ned, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Good afternoon. It'll be tomorrow or Tuesday then.
Let's feed.
Let's feed.
Belief is truth.
Okay, so still feeling like we're in a good spot because of these Born in Cruelties, so So I assume this is not attacking, because it'll just die. Yeah, so I get to go ahead and say, vulnerable, you, born in cruelty, you die, you kill you. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I could have this hook here, and then I can have this slide to the right, and then I can, oh, I'm out of resources. I was gonna say I could Axeman here, but I'm dumb. Should have counted chat. Oh, tomorrow is Tuesday. Oh, you're right. Listen, I have no idea. Up is down, down is up. You are definitely correct that tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday. Definitely should have just had these straight here. If they kill this and gain some life, I'm gonna be sad. That being said, this is getting ready to give this frenzy, so maybe we're fine either way, but this was definitely sloppy and these should have traded. Am I about to get punished? Oh, I'm about to get punished. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're dead? They're dead on board. Man, braggy giving things frenzy has happened a lot today. I only know the dates because of my pills. You don't want to mix those up. Panda's in pinatas. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I like our mid-range deck, chat. I like our mid-range deck. There's like a couple of slots around the corners that I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want them to be. Like how many muttonmorphosis, battle chefs, sword saints, but the core of this has been great. Opponent's playing Disc, which probably means a reanimator deck, which means Locked in the Ice should be great. Usually whatever they're reanimating is too big for muttonmorphosis. Or in the Sword Saint to start. Am I expecting to be the beatdown here? I feel like I am. I feel like I'm going to deploy this so I can start beating down. Usually we're the beatdown against the pseudo combo decks.
Leave it all on the track.
Oh, well, if they're doing that to start, maybe they're not reanimating? It's interesting. Usually disc is... Oh, that one, they could still be. That one gets rid of itself. Derf. It went there and then it quickly vanished. Right. I'm wrong. Probably reanimator. Disc is a power that lets you discard a card, so usually reanimator decks play it. Let's do the free power activation, sure.
Welcome.
Welcome. If they bump in here, so I have to trade next turn, I'll get to Axeman kill this. Oh, they're giving it Slayer, so they trade. Sure. That's not too scary of a reanimate target. I can just cast that. It's only a 5-drop. And actually, we can muttonmorphosis that one, right? So the way the reanimator card in this game works, it explicitly reanimates the bottom card of your thing, which encourages you to gives you some nice counterplay. It means they have to have a very specific window in which to get their thing down and going. Honestly, I might just Bragi's Ballad this turn. I probably want to play to the board, right? Do I need this Locked in the Ice? I'm not sure that I do. I'm going to burn the Locked in the Ice for now. Yeah, I'm going to play Axeman here, and I'm going to play the Thane out over here. Just try and get pressuring them. The Steam store has the soundtrack for $8 Canadian. That's like $5 real money. Oh.
What is lost?
Okay, so if I trade these here, their thing will come back, and then I can go ahead and make it into a mutton. Get sheeped. The sound effect on the sheep is just great. It's just fantastic. Just the thunk and then the baz after the small baz afterwards. But yeah, I'm playing this here to trade with this. Seems fine. We don't actually. I should make one. USA Hyena, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Mommy? I think I'd rather get Black Captain going than Merciless Koxinga. Is that true? This is more value long term, right? I guess they're both pretty value. I guess I can play the Merciless, and then next turn I can Captain put the hat on this. That's putting a lot of eggs in this basket, though, in the event that they can kill it. Well then, alright. I'm glad I got one of these out of it, at least. Was it playing Stretcher, Steve? I've definitely looked at some Stretcher control lists. I don't think I want to burn, like, I think I want to burn 1 to 2 more cards this game, but I don't really want to burn Bragi's Ballad. It's kind of sad that I redrew these cards that I already burned. Man, that's super unfortunate. Alright, let's start with this and see what this is. When a minion attacks this, its controller discards 1 card at random and then discards energy cards at random that disables this ability. Yikes. I guess discarding cards isn't too scary here. Oh, I could just shoot this, huh? I don't get to draw a card with this then, this turn? Yeah, I shouldn't have played the Captain's Hat. I just get to shoot this so I don't take damage. Yeah, that's the play. Now if they kill this or like lead this astray, I've lost my Captain's Hat, which could cost us the game. Playing the Captain's Hat was a big mistake. That's why it's one of the reasons why I've been enjoying this deck. Like ton of just tiny micro decisions you make game to game. Okay, so if I Sword Saint
Looking good.
and hooks and then hook and then burn, I can Biting Blade, Mantle of Authority, hit you for 6, gain 6, draw a card. I don't know if that's gonna beat this stag. We had so many eggs in that basket, chat. We had so many eggs in that basket. Hello, baby daughter.
Dad, your schedule lied to us. It said we could see a cute game right now.
What? Oh, did I play Magic too long this morning? I think you're right.
We're supposed to see bunker, 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 bunker.
Yeah, Dad's running behind. It's okay. You need a baby cam?
Wait, you're not using that cam. Do you have it added?
I think we're dead here.
That was perfect.
I think we've died. I guess we'll start here and see where we end up at. I guess I could draw another Shadow Racer, actually. None of those are second Shadow Racer. Yeah, so if I would have hit exactly second Shadow, I could have made this fragile and then double shadowed into here. But the fact that we're at 11 and this says overrun just means we're dead, unfortunately. The terminus there being getting rid of our lifelink dork was rough. The colors are very washed out in this one in comparison.
Yeah, the colors are a big difference. Is that why you have it plugged in? Were you comparing for stream?
Yeah. Well, I never unplugged it.
Yeah. Were you comparing it or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I set up my primary webcam here is now a real camera, and I can show it to them with the not real camera. And you get cam reception as comparisons. The cameras look at each other. Such a happy baby. He's great. Haley and Mom are great. Now we have a Haley cam on demand when she comes to visit. Whoa, don't grab the PlayStation cord, though, love. Unplug and relocate that one. Use that one in a minute. She really is cute, isn't she? She's looking into it because she wants to grab it. I promise you it won't taste good. It's not going to stop you from trying.
Oh, she's probably getting RTX.
Oh.
And her voice is so cute.
Her voice is very cute.
Chat wants to hear her. Can you turn the RTX off?
Can you hear her? Or is the RTX filtering her out, chat? She's not talking at the moment, but... Yeah, there's bits coming through. Popping up a little bit. There's my racer in the shadows I needed last game.
The magic flows.
Alright, I think... Yeah, am I even spending a racer in the shadow on this? Deals 1 damage to your opponent whenever you cast a spell. Am I gonna regret not killing this? I feel like I'm gonna regret not killing this. I'll probably have another Axeman target later.
Leave it all on the track.
Let's do this, and then I assume this will get value out of something else later. Yeah. Wow, they just did Stone Cold Nothing on 2. I think just giving them the Stone Cold Nothing back is the plan. I think I'm gonna burn this. You need to play the near opponent. Yeah, I'm not gonna play a naked Axeman out, I don't think, and then give them energy on this. Gonna do this and pass back. We can get better value on that Axeman later. You say da da da. Da da da.
That's so cute.
Alright, I think we're burning a blue card at this point. That way if we draw another blue card, we can bragi next turn. We'll go ahead and deploy the Moonblade at this point. It's weird, so like, this card says aggro, I think, and this power usually is aggressive, but they're not doing anything here. Okay, maybe she's getting filtered a little bit, probably.
You just turn it off?
Alright, I've never used this button midstream. I'm turning off the noise suppression. Let's see if it breaks my audio.
It's gonna crash.
There's no more noise suppression. You're not noise, you're a baby. Alright, babies are kind of noise sometimes. A lot of the time. Alright, I'm gonna burn this. I think I want to spread out so I don't get hosed by a magmatar, but I think I'm just deploying to the board and attempting to beat them down at this point. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Your deck's definitely a strange mix of things. How those fingers taste? Pretty good? Why you're eating them?
Best ever, Dad. Best ever.
3/3, awaken. Okay, so I'm gonna burn the other ballad to get me another blue for this. And I gotta decide how we want to approach this turn. So I can... Oh, I actually have a really sick turn, right? So I get to do this here. And I get to put the walk on here. And then this can kill this. This can hit their face. I can slide to the left here. I can make this fragile. And I can go ahead and play this and pump this up. And then this is going to heal back up because of the regen here. So if they have a magmatar, the worst they can do is kill these two.
How's your hand tasting?
Yeah, your finger's great.
This is why babies are no good during pandemics.
Yeah.
Battery up. Check fire. Repeat. Check fire.
Armor 2?
Are you a plague carrier?
Man, that's a big... We really need to draw a set attack to 0, give fragile 4. That is not what I wanted for Christmas. So... These can't attack into here. They just get got. I guess I could... Huh? What if I could throw down the big dragon. I could also just try and... Yeah, I could attack with this, use the tiger hook to slide this over, and then hit with these. I'm kind of into that. And then I could play bragi this turn as well. Yeah, I think I like that. So we do that. We'll do this. We'll go ahead and slide to the left on this. We'll say, okay, hit you, hit you, hit you. And then I think I'm going to burn Magnus, play bragi. Can you feel it? I think I'd rather have dragon than jin-sook here. It's close though. Oh, I could have thrown back the mantle. That's what I should have done. Always, it throws me off that bragi can put ephemeral cards back into your deck, but bragi's spell doesn't. Feels inconsistent. Yeah. You think so?
Are we ready to learn?
This is a life tap.
Fire for effect.
So if I slide to the right and then say hook you, I kill them? Sweet. Nailed it. Have you been good all day today? You're being so good right now. Yeah, the tiger hooks are so good. Another card that I've tried off and on in here that I'm not sure if I like cutting, there's a 4-mana card that hooks something and stuns it when it hooks it. That I've trimmed those from this latest iteration, but those could be correct to put those back in. So you'll need to manually rejoin the server, Juicy. So it checks at least every 2 hours, I believe. And you'll need to go on a desktop Discord client and click the connections tab, and it should list all of your servers you're linked to. It doesn't. It unfortunately doesn't just pop you back in automatically. It kicks you out automatically, but doesn't pop back in automatically. If it was blue-purple, it's probably me, Weeby. What's going on? Good afternoon. I'm playing this one all afternoon. I like it. I like it a lot. Not as much as I like Haley, but, you know, a good amount. Yeah. Oh, wrong way. Wrong direction. That is an 03. The egg's gotta die, right? That thing is super scary. I think we eraser plus mantle here. Take that right on out.
Stop that.
Throwing herself backwards thing is so annoying. It's been her new thing. Just like throws herself backwards constantly. How long till we start snacksing? This game and maybe one more. I think we burn the misfortune, and then we can play the sword saint here. And these'll get to trade. I don't want to put this into here. I guess this would have been okay to put in the middle. I think I just don't want to give them the choice though. Uh-oh, we getting fussy?
I wouldn't let her throw herself backwards.
Okay, and this isn't too big of a deal because this pupper's gonna be left with 1 toughness here, so Axeman's gonna get to come down and say goodnight. And then I probably don't need the Shatterstone Palace.
Keep taking it away from her and then putting it right back where she can reach it.
So this can give itself 1, and this can give it 1, so this can get to a 2-4. So it's going to be able to kill this, but then Axeman will finish this next turn. Axeman 2, the Electric Boogaloo. The personality of Bugstacks is very charming.
Da 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 da. Yeah, that's your da da da. Where's your da da?
That's very scary.
Babies are here.
Look bottom left, Juicy John. What's going on, Cheetos? I forgot to give you a sword earlier, Cheetos. I apologize. So Kara gets bigger every time I create a minion. Oh, I have a judge question. No, that it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, how does Axeman interact with this? Does Axeman happen first? Does Kara get bigger first? I think I just do this.
Hey, pay up.
The problem here is I'm not gonna be able to kill her with the clap next turn because they're gonna pump her up with this.
That's my face.
Do you think your mom's face is grabbable? These yellow aggressive decks have been really impressive when we've played against them. They've seemed super strong. Huh? Okay, so we're definitely doing this. And then we'll slide this over. We'll burn this. I think we're just passing. It feels like we're kind of dead, though.
Don't do
These two together, the Grit Instructor and the Doper together are just really strong. Oh, gosh. Alright, well. So I need to draw a second clap or a Magnus here. We're probably done. Yeah, needed a way. I guess a racer would have also done it. If we'd have hit a racer, we'd have been able to kill this. And then we wouldn't necessarily be dead over here, but I don't have a way to take this off the table, right?
Alright. Is it time to leave, Daddy?
I love you, baby.
Oh, she just wants your attention.
Oh, you're upset.
She's getting mad that you're looking at the computer instead of her.
Okay.
Give Daddy kisses.
All right.
Say bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye, chat.
Thank you for the 3 years, Elwins. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's put the toggle the RTX voice back on. Is she mocking us? Probably. I guess I can... I guess I can play this and move this enchantment over to here. Actually, so... I can play this here. And then use this to move the lane enchantment to here. And then I can play this here. And, like, I'm not just dead. I'm not just dead. I'm, like, mostly dead, but I'm not all dead. And they're drawing another card this turn. If they have a way to get through this, we die, obviously, but... I could have also flipped this and, like, put this here. Okay, if we find a thunderclap next turn, we're in the game. So this is gonna bump here. Yeah, I mean, we're going to 6. We find a clap. We've got one more clap in our deck, right? Man, this could not catch a break today. Yeah, it's tough. I think they got us. I guess we're technically not dead on board again, right? So this goes here. This goes here. We draw. This is gonna eat this. This'll trade here. This'll hit us for 4 down to 2. That probably cuts us off. Frenzy! Yeah, that'll do it. Hey, ZV, thanks for the follow. Let's try one more. What's going on, Yak? Burn Brainstorm here. I don't think I need Ballad and Brainstorm. This is a Canon 90D. Oh, I think my opponent, maybe they net decked or they didn't realize they're supposed to use clay to give us a unit for their thing. I don't really know if I'm supposed to Axeman this, because like triggering their safe house seems not great. I also don't know that I necessarily want to play a naked Axeman out onto the board. It's probably naked Axeman to start pressuring them, but I'm not super excited about it.
Pay up.
See, maybe this has got to be bad, right? Because they're gonna deploy They're going to deploy the Rebel Partisan next turn, which has Slayer. Nah, the new camera just didn't position super well over my center monitor. Oh, sure. In that case, have a sheep. The sound design of that card is so great. Serpent's Den's annoying. Am I clapping here? Feel like I'm not. Feel like I'm just playing Moonblade here in the middle.
Wanna burn?
Okay, and we got a little bit more value out of this, waiting for it to happen here, which is nice. Oh, they gave her armor 1? That's annoying. Put the palace here and eat this, I think. I'm gonna burn the thane. Yeah, so Compare doesn't sell car insurance directly, or they don't provide car insurance directly. They let you put in your information and look up a bunch of different car insurance companies and compare rates based on your info. They're kind of like a super Google rate finder type thing. If you wanted to check them out, I have an affiliate link for them. Man, the give armor and then corrode equipment is so rude. I guess I'm doing this.
This one's for the ladies.
Jin-sook is nice. I guess I'm playing Thane here. I'll play Thane over here, maybe. I don't want it to run into, like, endless spiders. This is Blight 3, so it's gonna die next turn. How about if I do this and then slide this into here, so these are going to trade? I guess I could have done this here to give this one. Yeah, they're going to be able to give this armor now. I guess I can kill it with jin-sook next turn, but yeah, I wasn't using my extra 2 resources. I should have done 1 more damage to this. They also have the flag here that can give this +1/+1. Well, I don't know how we beat that one. That's too big for me to be able to sheep it, because it costs 7.
Who pulls your strings?
I guess Jin can technically... hit a brand and then eventually start bouncing it, but that seems pretty unlikely. Because the snake pit here just provides endless food for the Strogi. Gross. And now this in conjunction with it lets them hit me for extra 1 every turn too now. Okay, well, I get to do this here. Sheep that one, I guess.
Oh, I missed this stitch.
Like, I can keep
Hey, pay up.
throwing things under a bus here, I guess. I guess I could have put this down here, killed this, and then used the tiger hooks to pull this over. Could have potentially been a better play. It would have gotten my hand empty to make me more likely to draw 2 cards next turn.
Oh, I missed this stitch.
To battle!
They're just gaining life every time they do something with this.
Come here.
I need jin-sook to survive 2 more turns. Which feels like it's asking a lot. Well, the fact that they slid her over would imply that they don't currently have a way to kill jin-sook, because they're trying to position that to kill her. So Jin can run here. All you gotta do is run around jin-sook. Run, jin-sook, run. What if I shrink this?
Oh, I missed this stitch.
And then put this here, just in case? Because this has lurker. I guess. So her 6 is you are branded with return a minion to its owner's hand once per turn, which this costs 7, so getting to bounce their 7 drop every turn would be pretty good. Wait, how did they make that big enough to kill my thing? Oh, they used their thing out of their hand. Got it.
It's playtime. Let's head over there.
See if we can get her out of this still.
A big thank you to my sponsors.
So that's a 7-6. It's an 8-7. We're going to 6 down over here on this lane, which is scary. So I just get to passively bounce something every turn, and if Jin manages to live, she still gets to -2/-2 something every turn. So I need a way to deal with one of these down over here. That gains me some life, right? So I can Sword Saint here.
Looking good.
And then we can say, okay, you get life tap. Okay, you kill you, I gain 2. You activate to kill you. I use this here, and I can even misfortune this, so this way if this attacks, these trade. And even if they find a way to kill this here, I'm at 8 now because of the life steal on this. And she's now safer next to him, because there's no more scary things. This game's been intense. We can find our way around to putting the captain's hat on something and connecting with this. If we could connect to their face with this and gain a full 8, it would be huge. Misanthropy is very good here. It's gonna shrink this down. Yeah, in fact, they haven't done all of the codes yet, so there's 4 codes out, and there'll be two more coming soon. Okay, so Jin-sook can kill this, which lets this hit their face. I think I'm gonna captain's hat here. Let me draw a card, and there's a bragi. Wow, that's great. This is dying to the blight, and I want this to die so I can get my misfortune back. So I don't think I don't think I actually use jin-sooks. Oh wait, I can return any minion to its owner's hand, right? So I can save my jin-sook? Holy crap, that's great. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yes, it's just bounce anything. I was just thinking this as a tempo play against my opponent, but yeah, we can totally Totally not. And this Dorko is gonna go back into my deck, but maybe I bounce him 2 decks. So we'll see what they do. If they play this out, I have to bounce it. We got Bragi ticket up here now too. This is gonna die to the Blight next turn, but I got a hit in with this even if it was only for 5, so I'm at 13. So it's only putting me to 10. So like we're not really in risk of like getting punked out anymore either, which is great. Spoke too soon. We could get punked out. Yikes. All right, this is gonna heal us for 2 next turn at least. Do I have another? I do have one more sword statement. Like, honestly, I think I do this here to gain 2 extra. This is still gonna die next turn, but I think that's probably worthwhile.
Who pulls your strings? Ah, I missed this bitch.
And do I just bounce Gamer God? I think so. Let's
head over there.
Because he goes back into the deck, but I don't want to have to, like, redraw him, right? Am I burning this? I almost feel like I'm burning this. Actually, do I need... It's a shame I don't have one more purple. It's a shame this is already burned, because I'd like to play the Moonblade this turn, but I also don't really want to burn the God of Gamers to do that. Do I? If I deploy the Moonblade here, it lets me control the board pretty nicely, right? Because I can, like, hook things over and give them fragile. Is it crazy to burn the God of Gamers here? It's gotta be wrong. I wonder if this is the longest a game's ever lasted after someone hit Jin's brand. Okay, I mean, Misanthropy again, but I'm gonna get to save one of my 2 things again. Would I rather save Bragi or jin-sook? I think I'd rather save Jin, right?
Head over there.
I think I put God of Gamers here in the middle, and we go ahead and hit him with Frenzy. Since we're gonna lose Bragi here anyways. I think I'm burning Thunderclap at this point. I think I'm gonna need the resources. I think Misfortune's a little bit more valuable. I forgot to give this -2/-2, didn't I? Before I picked jin-sook back up. I was thinking this was going to die to the Blight, but it gets bigger too. It probably doesn't matter. But worth noting, I could have guaranteed this died and I didn't. It didn't cost me anything other than a couple of clicks. Yeah, the frenzied God of Gamers is gonna close this game out real fast. Our tools surrounding him. Ah!
And that's my last song for the night.
They got him. All right. Well, shoot. I guess we start here, then.
This one's for the ladies.
This one's for the ladies. Speaking of ladies, hello. Hello, lady. Um.
Who pulls your strings?
Acer bounce is a strategy. that could be a real thing, huh? I don't think I'm burning another card. I'm just saying okay. Might have been right to deploy Blackadder here. Positioning. They about to blight her again? That's only blight 3, right? So I get to pick her up again next turn. They're just like tempoing me endlessly.
Oh, I missed a stitch. Let's head over there. Who pulls your strings? Oh, I missed a stitch. I'll take that.
Right on a little bit here. Blackadder being blocked by this doesn't really matter because jin-sook gets to get in. I used my bounce on her for the turn. I think this is definitely up there for one of the longer games of Mythgards I've played. How many cards in our deck? 17 to 18.
Wanna burn?
Fire Song Prodigy is pretty good. Okay. All right, so we're opening on Brainstorm to see if we draw Clap, huh? Did not draw Clap. This can go here, though.
Hey, pay up.
And then this hits you, you discard a card. Wonder Drug, sure. Jin-sook is gonna target this, and then we'll drop another Axeman here.
Hey, pay up.
That gets agile, so we'll want to get rid of that. And then we'll drop Racer over here. And get that out of the way. Guess we'll bounce this because that way it can't attack next turn. They must be jin-sook at this point. Can we get the second brand? Can you brand yourself a second time? Anybody know? Yeah, I think we're finally turning the corner at this point.
I'll take up.
Hey, Hern Cute, thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. Oh, you know, I probably should have put Homeward Crown on her as an insurance plan. All right, I think I put this here. Oh, she's just hovering because she can activate to get an extra move action, technically, right? I think I'm just passing. We're at 10, so, like, we're not... This game's not, like... Our opponent could definitely, like, hit some things that... maybe I'm supposed to deploy Rogue Eidolon over this way.
Leave it all on the track.
this one here. Drop this one here. Is that okay? I think they've played both Misanthropias this game, too. Yeah, they've played both Misanthropias. What a crazy game. This game, like, we started this game at, like... Sappo, don't do it, right? Awaken gain 3. Rude. So this kills this. Oh, sorry. So if I put this here, I could do that. And then lock this one in ice and hit it. I think I need to kill this. Did I miss lethal with the hook there, maybe? I don't think so, but it's possible. Need some 3 when it comes down. Gross. Fragile. It keeps fragile 4. Okay, so this is gonna kill. Oh, that's warded. Diesel trade. This'll send back. This'll hit your face. This'll eat here. I'm supposed to just put this in the middle, right? So that way they're dead to 2 different attackers next turn. I'm pretty sure. I could have hit one more on their face down here on the right. I've watched both your Bugsnax playthrough, and that game is incredible. It really is, Zach. We're actually wrapping up with Mythgard now. We went a little bit longer because this last game was insane, but we're gonna play some Bugsnax now. So yeah, this was Mythgard. We're gonna be playing some more Mythgard tomorrow afternoon too. If you are interested in checking this one out, they have codes. They're giving away the entirety of their core set for free, so be sure to check that out. Great way to sample the game and build a ton of different decks, a whole lot without putting anything in. You know, it's funny. I was like, how do we beat this immortal thing? And it turns out jin-sook was a way to do it. Sweet. All right.